Hey everybody, happy Monday. I hope you're doing well and welcome to your weekly forecast reading with Spirit for the week of July 2nd to July 8th. Today I'm going to be channeling some messages to you directly from the spirit realm, directly from your spirit guides, in hopes of giving you some messages of love, light, healing, connection, compassion, joy, all those beautiful things, and for something for you to focus on this week with regards to your own spirituality, your own intuition, or your connection to your own guides. So if you feel drawn to listen to the entirety of this message, it's definitely for you. If you feel drawn to skip through past parts of the message, fast forward, or pass it by completely, then this message may not be for you. The idea and my intention is always that this message will reach exactly who it needs to when they're fully able and ready to receive it. All right. Just a quick message before we get started for today. If you're ever requiring a personalized one-on-one reading, there are options for you from me. If you want to book a one-on-one private Zoom reading with me, there is a link available in my bio on my Instagram account, and you're more than welcome to set up a reading there through the online booking link. There's also an option to book a reading that is digital and written from my Etsy store, and that's available on the link in my bio as well. So if you're confused or have any questions about booking a reading with me, just make sure that you send me a DM or you reach out by leaving a comment below this video or even sending me an email, hello@theconsciousher.com, and I will be more than happy to help you. All right, so let's dive in and see what Spirit would like to share with us for this upcoming week. Okay, so right away I'm getting an animal guide. That's the wolf. Okay, so wolf spirit is here for us this week. What else? Okay, so the first message that I'm getting from Spirit is really quite interesting. So over the past couple of weeks, we've really been concerned about changes that are happening in our own body, in our own energy field, and around the world, around global consciousness. Lots of energetic shifts happening at a global scale, at a planetary level. There's so much happening, and with that comes a lot of shifts and adaptations in our own reality. Okay. And so what I'm hearing from Spirit is that there's guidance now to kind of operate at a different level and on a different frequency, as many of us are actually shifting into this 4 and 5D consciousness. And I'm sure a lot of you that are listening to my weekly messages are somewhat aware of some of this, but if you're not, please do let me know. But what's happening here is that Spirit is saying that we are getting into a new kind of reality where we're so much more in tune with our body. Okay. And so what they're saying is that we're going to be able to identify more with the signs and signals and sensations that we're feeling and experiencing in our body as a way to communicate and direct us. And I think this is really interesting because in the Lightworkers Refuge this month, we talked about the mind-body connection, and so much of this information came up anyways because that was our theme, in June. And so what I'm hearing from Spirit today is that our body is going to be way more communicative with us, or it could be that we're much more aware of what our body is saying to us. So this can come in many different ways. It can come in many different shapes and forms. So what I'm hearing is that we may feel different sensations that are guiding us now. So for example, if something feels right to you intuitively, like say, for example, you're presented with a choice or decision, or you are thinking about whether something is right for you, you may sense and feel like an energetic either like a flow through your body. You may feel like a prickling sensation, almost like when your foot's asleep and you have that kind of prickly sensation in your foot. You may feel that in your body. You may have, you may notice aches and pains in a different way, where you're now associating different aches and the pains in the body with an emotional or mental root cause underneath that. And we may seem to really understand, or we may be reaching a new level of understanding of how our body is speaking and connecting to us. So rather than just saying, oh, well, I bumped into something the other day and that's why my shoulder is sore, we're really now understanding that our shoulder could be sore because we're really feeling the emotional weight of something that we don't need to be carrying. So there's less excuse kind of making and reasoning for why our body might be sore, or our stomach might be upset, or we're not sleeping at night. We're becoming more and more aware of how our body is speaking and connecting with us. And the only thing that's required of you to really understand this is to not ignore the body, but rather to tune in, to use your intuition. When something does not feel harmonious or balanced or flowing in your body, to be able to sit with it and ask it what's going on. We've had messages like this in the past. However, now Spirit is saying that with these shifts in frequency and vibration that we're all experiencing on a global level, for those that are ascending to the 4 and 5D consciousness, we're just so much more aware of our body and how it's speaking to us. So you now may go right to the emotional, mental root cause of what you're feeling in your body, rather than suppressing it, pushing it down, ignoring it, popping some pills for it. You're less likely to do that, and you're more likely to come to a place of trying to understand the root cause of what your body is telling you. So what they're saying is that you may also experience communication from your body in different ways. Okay, so a prickly feeling, a flowing feeling, like energy moving through you. You may get chills more often. Like, there's so many different varieties of sensations that you can experience, but we're going to be so much more aware of them. So the idea is that we're creating and facilitating a better and more in tune connection with our physical vessel at this time. So just becoming more and more aware of how your body is speaking to you, so that it can lead you into healing and greater self-awareness. Okay. I'm also getting lion as an animal guide coming in. What else? So I'm also hearing from Spirit that there's also a greater awareness that is taking place now, not only in our physical body, but also at the mental and mind level too. So what Spirit is saying is that this week and moving forward, we want to be really aware of how our mind is playing tricks on us, how our mind leads us down rabbit holes that we know aren't true, how we get to overthinking things, how we get to tormenting ourselves from thinking of different scenarios and situations that are based in fear. Okay, so any of that programming that you perhaps were that you grew up with, that was taught to you, any conditioning, any socialization that you grew up with from your parents or your grandparents' generation, that 3D matrix, old paradigm thinking. Spirit is really guiding us to become aware of how that affects us on a daily basis now at this time. And the idea is that we want to catch it. We want to be aware of it, and that we want to stop it. It's like a pattern. It's like a pattern interrupter kind of theme this week. Okay. So notice where your mind takes you. Notice the thoughts that you are having, and become aware of the negativity that you still may be kind of fostering or facilitating or letting happen, permitting happening that shouldn't be happening, and finding ways to acknowledge it and release it lovingly. The idea is that we always want to come back to this love frequency and light consciousness. So we can become aware, we can acknowledge the thoughts that we're having that are not serving us, that are not good for us, approach it with love and send it away with love, and choose a better reality or vibration for yourself, because you have the power to do that in any situation at any time. Okay. So it's becoming aware of those negative patterns, becoming aware of how you're getting pulled back into this matrix level of thinking, and to choose differently for yourself. I'm also getting this really beautiful energy of Archangel Jophiel right now. So I will add her into this reading for this week. So perhaps you can call upon Archangel Jophiel to help you work with shifting that thinking, that programmed or conditioned thinking. Call upon Archangel Jophiel to help you shift that as well. Okay. So we're really becoming aware of our mind and also our body this week, and seeing what it's communicating to us, seeing where we can shift our vibration, shift our frequency, shift our future, shift our trajectory. Okay. Based on what we're observing. What else? The other piece that's coming through, this will likely be our last message for today, is that Spirit is very much guiding us to be extremely intentional about where we are focusing our energy. So we have really been, again, paying attention to how our energy field is shifting and changing over the past couple of weeks. And it's no different this week, okay? But what they're saying is, when you are going to do something, use your energy with intention, okay? So for example, if you're telling yourself that you need to rest, or you're going to have a rest, like, be intentional with yourself. Have that integrity with yourself and make sure that you are resting. So if you say, for example, oh, I'm going to rest, but then you go to sit down, lie down, and then you end up scrolling through your phone, that's not really resting, okay? So the idea is that we really want to, when we feel a need come up from our body, from our mind, from our emotions, and we want to take action on what's coming up, and we really want to honor what that is fully. So when we say that we need something, or we're going to give ourselves something, okay, like rest or playtime or a break or an hour of intentional focus, like, we're following through with that with integrity, and that we are directing our energy here, okay? So if you say to yourself, I want 1 or 2 hours of uninterrupted time to work on my business, that means that you're going to focus your energy here, and that you're not going to allow distractions, okay? So that maybe you put your phone away so that you don't end up picking it up and scrolling through and wasting 20 minutes scrolling on Instagram or Facebook. Okay, so we really want to be intentional with what our mind, body, soul is asking of us coming through, and just that's coming through us, and being very intentional about where we spend our energy. So basically what we're saying is, don't half-a it, okay? Like, really be intentional with how and where you're spending your energy, deciding where you want to spend your energy, making better choices about where you want to spend your energy. Okay. So just becoming very aware of that, following through, honoring it. Okay. I hope that really makes sense. So really catch yourself. What does your body need? Where is your mind pulling you that you need to grab a hold of? And how can you intentionally spend your energy with integrity? Okay. So again, another week of energy management, another week of becoming aware of how our energy is spent, how we work with it, how we use it, and how we nourish and take care of it. Okay. So it's really about mastering this energetic sovereignty. And my guides have always been really big on this, but this is really what's happening right now. All right. So just being very aware of that. Okay. And Spirit is just adding at the very end, just be good to yourself, be good to yourself, be good to yourself. And you'll know what that means for you. Okay. So thank you so much, Spirit, for that beautiful and long reading this week. There was lots to explain there, but hopefully you understand that. Hopefully you can resonate with and connect with it. If that does sound like, if these messages do land with you, please do let me know. Please leave a comment below, send me a message, send me an email. I always love to hear what you have to say about how you connect with these messages each week. If you'd like to receive these messages typed up and sent directly to your email inbox, make sure you head over to my website, www.theconsciousher.com. And on the homepage, you can enter in your name and email. That will automatically opt you in for these transcribed messages every week in case you cannot view the videos. All right. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I hope that helps, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.